Dolphins, Gus. They have, you know what? They haven't bought many, but they bought quality. Avarillo, Farnworth and Flegler. Herbie Farnworth, along with Stephen Crichton, was the best centre in the comp last year. He had an absolute blinder. They've also picked up Oren Keeley from Newcastle, and a few players have moved on. But I think they look like a formidable team on paper once again.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said last year, a lot of people wouldn't have known a lot of the young fellas that they bought, and none of them were really ready for first grade, but they got exposed and they got shown, and we saw the talent that's in them, so they're going to be better for it. Oren Keeley, the young fella they picked up from the Knights, everyone's been watching Oren come through the rep football. He's an outstanding young prospect as a forward, and I think this year is another chance for a lot of these younger fellas to step up to the mark. Some of their older players are getting towards the back end of it, but they're quality players and very, very experienced.
So, it was exceptional last year was Isaiah Katoa in his first season in the NRL to play 6 and 7 and carry the team. Well, guide the team.
He's only going to get better. Young Mason Teague is a really good player. Now, both those boys come out of the Panthers system. Herbie Farnworth is outstanding. Now, I noticed on the weekend they played Herbie in the centres and then they played him at fullback in the second half, which could well be where Herbie wants to play, I believe, and I think he'd be phenomenal. I think he'd be one of those 300-metre-a-game type players that would be a real punish for the opposition. I'm not sure about his ball-playing ability, but...
What about the Hammer?
He could be, Hammer can play centre. Hammer can play anywhere, I guess. So they've got real speed. Ewan Aiken is now probably going to be primarily in the forwards.
How do you bring up their team for this week?
It's a good, solid side. They started the season brilliantly, probably better than everyone would have expected last year. They probably don't have that origin class playmaker that's needed to win premierships or to run deep into the finals.
They get Tom Gilbert back. He was out for most of last year.
Yep. They've got a lot of tradesmen. They've got a lot of players with experience, and they've got some really exciting young talent, and they've got speed. I think Flegler's a great buy for them. Herbie Farnsworth is a great buy for them. Jake Avarillo will go much better in that team with some experienced people around him. It's been a struggle for him at the Bulldogs in his time there. They've done well. It'll be another year for them to develop and waiting for some. They've got some great young kids in the system. They really do. They have some great young kids building underneath this. So they're doing it right at both ends. So the future's bright for the Dolphins right at the moment. They'll be super competitive again. I guess outside chance at the top 8, but more likely somewhere in that, in that area just outside the 8, I think, when the judge calls a halt.
Okay.